Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pendragon, year 481, episode 7. Uh, we are back a lot later than we anticipated. I think we said something like January 7th, so my bad. I got sick, had the COVIDs. Um, also, just had longer vacation and it was nice, and I didn't want to add any work. So that also delayed things. But most recently, I'm still right now only like 14 days out from COVID and still have a bad cough. So if you see me mute during the game, that is why. And that is mostly what I've been up to. Christmas has been pretty good for me. Like the holiday season was a lot of fun, and I had like a month off work, which is the most I've had off at once. I think maybe ever, as far as my career
Very
goes.
cool.
So I'll pass it down to Thomas. What's new? What's up? What's shaking?
Hello. Much the same way, I had a good vacation too, more or less. It's still going. In that uni doesn't start until March over here. But yeah, I went to Tasmania, and because it's summer over here, I had sunburn everywhere. I went outside more in those 2 weeks than I did, yeah, in the previous year or so. So that's been me. I had brushed with COVID too. I'm actually 3 days out of isolation. My sister got it, and we're in the same house, but no one else got it, and she's since recovered. So all good over here.
Excellent. Do you guys, just out of curiosity, do you test even when you're not symptomatic there?
Uh, it changes on a day by day basis.
Yeah, same here.
Currently, you are
Yeah.
supposed to by state.
Yeah.
However, if you ask anyone who works for the government, they say no.
Only reason I ask is because we had some family members that were completely asymptomatic that tested positive because they had to test due to other people in the house.
Yeah,
So, and they're all like younger, like anyone between like 25 and like 10 seemed to have that kind of experience with it. So,
indeed.
um, well,
Yeah.
welcome, Mark.
Yes, hello. Doing well over. I had a very good and um, yeah, my uncle, who's a chef, made for all of us, so that was great. I come from a really big family, so there's a lot of.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Is Mark cutting out for you guys?
A
oh,
Yeah,
little
he's
bit.
cutting out for me
Yeah.
oh
too.
no. Let me see if I can. Is this better? I think this might be clearer.
It is. As everyone
All right,
knows, Australian internet is a myth held together by wishes and duct tape.
That's fair.
pretty
So,
much.
yeah, if
I
I
mean,
cut out or if he cuts out, that's why.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have to do this all by letter. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, no, had a good Christmas. Had a very delicious. No, I think Mike's just gonna be a bit of a dick today, so that's how things are gonna be. Um, yeah,
We'll try
haven't
to
done that much.
interpret for you, Mark.
Yeah,
Like I
we'll
think
do
he
charades.
said,
We'll make it easier.
yeah.
Okay, so no, yeah, and yeah, I'm also in university, so I'm doing a lot of nothing and waiting for it to come back on. Aside from a few side things, games and stuff I'm doing and running and playing and just trying to spend my time and not die. Yeah.
That sounds like a great way to spend your time. Yeah. Liam.
I don't know. Hey, get out the door. Hey, I've been doing pretty well. I don't have too much to talk about. I went on a little bit of traveling around, and I've been playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. I've been doing well at work, and I'm super excited to do more tabletop RPGs, but on the internet for people to watch and enjoy. I also got a new mic, so my voice sounds nice, and I'm
Nice.
pretty happy with that. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So we'll dive right in, or we'll attempt to. I'm gonna go ahead and get some music going. So this is
Beauty.
Should.
nicer.
For a moment, I thought the pans hitting each other was that.
It's the intro, our secret intro. It warns the players of things you guys don't know is occurring. So new inspiration from playing Paranoia recently. So.
You do not have clearance to hear this music.
Yeah. Okay. So last we left off, there was some stuff going down in Amesbury Abbey, and maybe I will hand it over to you guys to do a bit of player recap.
Yes. Well, Goratrix's dad died. There was a
Sure.
bandit attack on Winterbourne Stoke, and he is the only household knight. So while he was away, there were very few people to defend. His father tried, his father died, and his uncle is a sniveling coward. But he is still family, and so he did not die. Yeah. But yes, Gortrix, usually a warm, fluffy himbo, is slightly angry.
Mm.
I think that was about it from what I remember. I think there was something about we're gonna go hunt them down. It was like they
You were
went to Stonehenge or something.
they were at Amesbury Abbey. That was
Amesbury Abbey, right?
yeah. You were going to investigate, and I believe that you were going to call a bit of a mini muster here, gathering of some of the knights of Salisbury. The music's a little bit louder.
Except, said Jareth. Not
No,
him.
we'll get Jareth in there. We'll get Jareth in there. That way, if something happens,
Who knows?
to
He
him,
might die.
Yeah, nobody will question when something mysteriously happens to him.
Actually, yes, you got a good point. Out of county lines with him, without a lot of witnesses around, anything could happen.
I know, it's crazy.
Fair.
But no, my blood sings for bandits, not Sir Jareth, which should tell you how much I dislike them.
One last check for all of you. Are you going to bring your squires along?
I do not have one.
Yes. Is everyone cool that
sure.
has a squire going to bring their squire?
Yeah.
I'll bring that
Hey, you could be cool and not have a squire,
Yeah.
right?
I'll bring my spy boy. I'll bring the boy who's definitely trying to spy on me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Perfect. And Mark, are you bringing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edward will bring
Your brother?
Padfile.
Perfect. Okay. And what was your squire? Was it Riker?
Riker, yes. I believe his name was spelled or was
Riker.
pronounced slightly different, but
Yeah.
we just called him Riker because of Star Trek. At least that's my logic.
And-
That's how I
He's a
track
good
that.
lad, but have you seen the way he mounts horses?
It's wild. He like always comes at it from the back and with a large sweeping leg motion.
Yes, indeed. I think we'll go with like Rick and then Kirk. So Rickirk.
Riker. Okay.
Oh, like
yeah,
Kirk.
that's good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rickirk,
You will not escape this.
you're present. There are obviously not every household response to this. This is a pretty rapid group that you organize, but you have about 20 knights, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, 20 knights can do a lot, especially to bandits or anything
Yeah.
of the sort.
These are bandits, and we are war heroes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as you make your way into Amesbury Abbey, there's just that low fog. The setting-wise, there's a low fog. There's a lot of dreariness. There's sort of just a sense of overall of an uneasiness as you approach.
Goratrix has been uncharacteristically quiet on the way here. You may have heard, or he may probably have told the both of you about what happened to Winterbourne Stoke Manor, but he is not as jovial. You see him every now and again with his eyes usually warm and full of love, just like trying to pierce the fog. You can see his teeth gritting. He is not a happy Goratrix.
Oh, we haven't seen an unhappy Goratrix before. He's
Few
been
people
stabbed.
have.
He was
Yeah.
stabbed and he was nicer than this. Goodness.
Yeah, he was stabbed and he was kind of into it.
Yeah.
Glorious battle, as opposed to.
Very true. Yeah, and that I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. Like you're both able to pick up the difference in him. If you want to know more, either Mark or Liam, Edward or Dallin can roll intrigue if you want.
Yeah.
Rumors spread fast, right?
Oh,
Well, I
I
think-
hope they didn't. Our family's good at intrigue, so I hope we kept it quiet.
I'm very good at intrigue now because I leveled that up. I just
Ooh.
remembered.
I am not good at intrigues. but
Hell
somehow
yeah!
managed to succeed. Woo!
Failure.
Failure!
Woo!
All right. So that's a solid note to the both of you. It appears that Winterboard Stoke is in fact good at intrigue, as it turns out. Their secret is well kept.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Good for them.
I just imagine like my primary character, Goratrix's cousin, is just like sending out letters going, say nothing, everything's fine.
So as you approach over the river, making your way to Amesbury Abbey, you see it in the distance, even through the fog. It's just quiet, like abnormally quiet as you approach.
I don't like this.
Me either. Nothing good about a quiet abbey.
Well, I mean, kinda means they're less likely to talk for too long. But we didn't come here to talk about my religious beliefs. We came here to kill bandits. Yes.
Right. Yes.
Maybe we're lucky and we're here early.
They might be based nearby, or they might be lying in wait. I can't really be quiet. None of us can, as we are in our arms and armor, but we'll give it our best shot. Keep your eyes open, everyone.
Right. And as we begin to move, it's just cook-lank, cook-lank, cook-lank.
Be as quiet as we can.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Whose horse is that? Oh no, it's us.
Shall I blow the horn quietly? Yes, quietly. All right. So we'll start with an. We haven't done a check yet. I like my checks. Let's do an awareness check. As you.
Alrighty. That is a failure from Goratrix. His anger hides things.
Yes,
It's a failure from Edward.
Come on, Dalen. Come on, Dalen.
It's good to be back to Pendragon, where everything's under.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Everything.
It's good to be
fails.
back in
Or
Pendragon.
you have 99.9% quality. Hey, look at that.
It's alright, boys.
Yes.
I'm a
Oh,
hero.
success. So close to a crit there.
Yep.
Sir Dallin, you smell smoke. It doesn't seem to be close. It's not coming from the abbey. Best you can tell, it's coming kind of from the north, so the direction opposite to where you're riding. Because you're riding north. It's coming at you directly, so it's probably past the abbey. You know, there's a number of homesteads and such in the area. Something's ablaze for sure. The fog's probably doing its job at preventing you from being able to see the source or where it's coming from, but that doesn't stop you from smelling it, from hearing it. You hear the fire. No, you
hear the smoke.
Yeah, you smell the fire or the smoke.
I've got the general direction though as well.
Yeah, it's coming at you, so it's coming from the north. So
friends,
Abby's here, kind of up in this area.
Friends, do you smell that? And Dallin will actually just pick up. We'll double time, hoping that the others will understand and just follow, and they'll explain all the way.
Goratrix will pull his horse to a gallop, and he will say, "Yes, Sir Dalen, follow your nose. We will find them yet."
To the fruity taste that shows.
You recognize as you get a little closer, you notice that there's like you see your first monk sprawled out, pitched face first in the mud, right beside the road. Very clearly dead, and up ahead is the abbey, still quiet as can be, but you begin to see other figures in cloth lying round, some on the ground, some sort of pitched against walls. The abbey itself has a real minor wall. It would serve little purpose to prevent like a raid, really. But
Especially from pacifists.
it's kind of the best they can do. Ultimately, is what that is.
What kind of a monster would kill the defenseless?
I mean, bandits, but I thought that was clear at this point.
Yes, that's a... I suppose it was a silly question.
No.
Let's kill them.
Gortrix is right. What would they have to gain from this?
Churches have money. They hoard gold like, Actually, is that polite to say? I know you guys are.
It probably isn't, but you might as well say it anyway.
They keep a lot of treasure. A lot.
That is true.
And because they can't fight back, it's easy to take it.
That is
But
also true.
that's
Not
my
that I would
point,
know.
though. Wouldn't it be easy to take it without causing such senseless violence?
These people are
don't-
bloodthirsty animals.
I doubt they care. They care not for chivalry nor faith.
Dallin looks visibly off-put by this.
Noted. So as you approach the actual abbey itself, you reach the walls, which you can see over from your horse quite clearly. You could easily scale over, but you're not going to be able to jump the horse in. You can either dismount and open the gate. You could command to call the gate open if anyone is present. I'll leave it to you as to what you want to do here.
Gartrix is a big, beefy boy. He would like to dismount and approach the gate, challenging an entry, and whether or not he hears anything, he's going to be opening it. Hello, the church. Nope.
Hello, church.
There's no response.
I think at this point Edward would get off his horse and pull out his sword, to being ready for anything that might happen.
Gortrix will, after taking his sword out as well, good idea, he's going to go in. First priority, if there are bandits here, they die. Second priority, and this is the first time that this priority listing has happened, save the monks. Normally it's the other way around, but right now he's mad. He's going to go into the abbey to see if he can check it out, see if there's any survivors. He's just going to push open the doors, see what's what.
Yeah. Edward's gonna have Goratrix's back, so following behind him.
Okay. So as you so how do you plan to get through the actual gate? What's your goal here?
You said we could dismount then open it, right?
You would have to basically go over the wall, but you can do that because it's not a very high wall.
Yeah, Goratrix will size 18 of him. He could probably step up. Yeah, he'll scale
Yeah.
the wall if he can.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go with a standard. Out of amusement, I'll let you test size for this one.
Oh, you know I'm gonna fumble.
I believe you.
I don't. I succeed.
Hey! Nice.
What a hero.
So just by pure size, you do that thing that like you see wrestlers do, where they just one leg over the top rope kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, the big giant wrestlers. And manage to fold yourself over the wall.
I
Again,
have learned from Rickirk.
the wall would prevent like a raid in the sense of people on horse like roaming in, right, riding in. But it isn't going to prevent someone from like climbing over the wall. You get to the other side. It's really easy to open the gate for everyone else.
Yep.
Okay. All right, gate opens.
Let's check out the building. If there's anyone still in, they're either enemies or victims. And either
Understood.
way, we have a duty to intercede.
Indeed.
Alright, yeah, Gortrix is gonna open the door if he can.
All
The
right.
big one to the abbey.
The abbey itself. So in the court grounds around the abbey, which kind of served as a bit of a monastery too for the monastic brothers in the area, you do note a few more brothers of the cloth that are just sprawled out dead in this area, and and as you approach the abbey, you find no resistance to opening the doors. Again, eerily quiet, and just that slight stench of death. You see a nearby body.
May the God of Christ protect these people. But I don't see anyone. Should we keep looking, or should we just go to where you smell smoke? Or should we check out this place?
I think probably the smoke is of the essence.
All
If
right.
something's
I would
burning,
agree.
it means it's not burnt all the way. We might be able to find a clue.
I would like to make one brief awareness check.
I will assist.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're just looking for any potential survivors or people hiding here, people who might have stayed for looting, anything out of the ordinary.
For sure. Let me just open up the sheet here. I want to see what I forget what the skills are here. Give me a sec. Turns out it's been a while.
Yeah. I'm as good at hunting as I am at awareness.
Yeah, I was
but
about to
hunting's
say,
more animals.
You can test. Well, no, I'll give you. I'll allow you to test hunting or awareness.
I'll do hunting. Bandits aren't people. They're a breed of particularly aggressive sheep.
Killer sheep.
Killer sheep.
Killer sheep.
Like in that one play. That's a success on hunting for me.
Then I don't even need to roll awareness.
Yeah, you might as well. Awareness might give you different stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Dallin, your attention's taken still by the smoke. You spend a great deal of time looking for the source of that while you're in here, and you're able to determine it's not in the abbey. It's not. It's probably coming from further north. In the multiple sort of I don't want to say towns, not even villages, just small huts and stuff. There's a lot of peasants in that area around Shoot Forest.
People that live around the abbey, essentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dallin's got that pit in their stomach right now that's just like, oh, we really should be there right now.
Yep. But the hunting score, however, that leads Thomas. That leads Goratrix in the right direction. You're able to kind of. I'll give you a summary of what you find here. So you see a couple of raiders that are murdered. They are garbed in yellow cloaks.
Yellow cloaks. Got you. He is going to rip a strip of cloth from the cloak, and he is going to hold it to his friends and the other knights. Do you recognize this uniform? They both wore yellow cloaks.
Yellow cloaks.
They just most of the knights kind of shake their heads. You know that a dye like that would be way too expensive for your average commoner.
Yes. Well.
Is there I guess it wouldn't be heraldry. There's no heraldry thing to base it off of.
Make a heraldry roll, actually.
Okay.
Yep.
Come on. That's a success.
Yeah. I saw the one and was like, that's not like that. Wait, it's good here.
You So Edward, you know that there's no good reason or meaning behind yellow aside from the heraldic representation of gold, right? Which is not something you would expect from commoners trying to veil themselves in cloaks. So there must be some. Your assumption is there's a not so good reason this was chosen. You're just not able to deduce what that is.
This is certainly not common for commoners or simple bandits. But I can't speak to as the reason. It is strange.
Perhaps we'll find out more when we kill the rest of them.
That would be the hope. I
do you
fear
say-
there might
oh, sorry,
be something more to this.
perhaps
Something more
so.
than just common bandits.
If they got rich off of plunder, I doubt they'd get it on dye. But then again, I have never been a bandit. Sir Dalen, where did you say you smelt the smoke from?
Just north of here.
Then let us go there.
I'm gonna give Edward a test on something.
Alright.
Ooh.
I'm just thinking. Give me a sec.
Is it hatred Saxons?
Right? We will go with. Man, I think they used to have like an intelligence score in this game. That'd really be nice.
Yeah.
um,
I roll size.
Is your brain big enough?
you know what? We'll get you.
The brain's
to
a
test,
muscle, right?
We'll get you to test awareness on this one, only from the sense of did
Okay.
you hear it? It'll represent did you hear it appropriately, or were you absorbed in, looking around and trying to find things.
Yeah.
I do have
Alright,
one
cool.
more thing for you, Thomas, in a sec, but we'll get to that.
Success. It's another one.
Edward, last you knew, your mother actually, her hut bordered on Shoot Forest, right?
Yeah.
So that would be in the direction, just from like when you put two things together, you're starting to go, okay, so there's smoke coming from the north, immediate north of here. Sort of like when you hear an ambulance in the direction of your home, that sort
Yeah.
of sense.
Mm-hmm. It's the connecting dots.
It's
And
about-
Edward's gonna like, yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead. Finish your statement.
Oh, okay. Edward is just kind of takes a moment to furrow his brow and things, and suddenly his eyes widen as he goes, "I need to go somewhere now."
Oh.
At that point, he kind of turns and immediately goes over to his horse.
About that time, just about that time, as you walk past Goratrix, you see Goratrix slide something. He moves like a pew or equivalent thereof, and which seemed out of place. It was like pressed against the wall. And you see a little like door, like a trap door underneath, like a storage shelter door. And you swear for a second, you hear just faintly like whisper.
Hold but for a moment. He is going to
Edward
bang with a
stops.
meaty fist on the bottom of the thing and go, "Religious men, are you in there? We're knights and here to help."
You hear
At
like
this point, Edward, go ahead.
you
We're
just
up
hear,
Salisbury.
nervous whispers. Okay, you had the Salisbury part.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not them.
You hear, they can't be trusted. It's likely the bandits. Just here, take this.
I'm going to come in.
At this point, Edward's gonna turn on his heel, being like, "This is not gonna go well. I need to
No,
be
no.
here."
No, Goratrix, I got this.
Okay, I feel my particular brand of diplomacy isn't working. I'll leave it to you.
I got this. Hello? Are you alright in there? You don't have to open the door, but I want to make sure you don't have any wounded with you.
You hear whispers again. What should we do? They don't sound like raiders. And the other one says, what exactly do raiders sound?
I know you're frightened, and I know that there's been much chaos here. But I swear to you on my honor, we are Knights of the Realm, and we are here to protect you.
One of them speaks up finally. You say you're Knights of the Realm. Who do you serve? Who is the Count of Salisbury?
Roderick? What was his name again?
Yeah, your character would know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What's
Roderick.
Roderick was right.
Roderick.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel so proud of myself. We serve Count Roderick. I come from Durnford Manor. My friend here, Goratrix, is from another place.
Winterborn Stokes. You can hear him like rumble.
Winterborn Stoke.
Hello.
At this point, you can hear someone. It sounds like they're sort of fiddling with something, and then all of a sudden the door, you hear like an unlatching sound, and then the door swings upward and open. So
Good. I start stabbing.
We slaughtered them all.
We got the bandits out of there. Let's get them.
I pull out my religious, my hatred Christians.
You see two young monastic brothers, probably in their late teens. One has brown hair and the other one black. Both cut in that, put a bowl over their head style
The
haircut.
tonsure.
Yeah.
Oh, what heroes.
Yeah. And neither looks wounded. The one stands on a ladder. He had to climb up the ladder to do that. Looks like a bit of a wine cellar is what this ultimately is.
Are you all right?
Are they gone? The raiders.
They may have moved elsewhere, but they are not in this abbey.
If they're still around, they've headed north.
We heard them. I think they took some of us.
How many?
I don't know. We got down here before it all happened. Once the warnings chime went off, we did what we've been taught. We found a good hiding spot. I'm Brother
Good.
Peter.
Brother
Did you
Peter.
see what any
Sorry. Go ahead.
clothing they might be wearing? Sorry, my mic's getting on.
No, it's all good.
Yes, they wore yellow robes, yellow cloaks. Bizarre. We thought perhaps on their approach that they might have been nobles.
They were anything but. Did you get the impression that they were just here for plunder or anything else? Did you hear what they were saying?
It seemed as if they did plunder. And you guys certainly saw signs of
Oh yeah.
them robbing the place, right?
Mm.
But we were concerned, what good are brothers to ransom? God does not gift mortals money, wealth for such things.
I'll say. Says the pagan. Perhaps they meant to do something else with them. Either way, we will do our best to rescue them. You did well to protect yourself. Even if it was, to hide. I know your order is, censured against violence.
Indeed.
If
we
you
can be of any help, we would love to help you.
No. Head south, find some shelter, and return here in a few days. I imagine there'll be a lot of pieces to pick up.
He stops at that point and he kind of puts his nose up and it says, "Something on fire."
We were going to it, but then we found the trapdoor, and then we were talking to you, and then it was now, and I do not know what happens
Is
after
it the
that.
Abbey? He looks like he's ready to leap into defense of it.
No, it's over there.
Dallin's gonna just put out an arm and go, head south, find shelter, and return in a few days.
Very well. We'll go to Sarum.
Indeed.
And with that, they nod to each of you. None of you are really familiar with these two. They're younger, right? Seems to be the sole two survivors of this, and they normally have a monastic staff. So, plus clergy represented. So, there is not anything here. Just a lot of dead.
Edward, did you hear that they took hostages?
I did, but I'm afraid there might be something.
We didn't hear the last bit.
Might be something what?
There, something else that might take my concern.
What is it?
It's my mother. She has a home north of here. I'm sorry. I need to go check it out.
We
Let's
shall
go.
not let them take another parent. Let us ride.
Oh
So-
God, I hope I'm not going to be next to lose a parent. Oh shit.
I don't think it's contagious. But these bandits must be stopped.
Yeah, let's mount up and fucking ride north then. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
So
With that, Edward would kind of turn to them. Oh, just quickly. Edward would turn to them and, with an almost, looks down a little bit, then looks up, and with a genuine thankful look says,
Oh,
"Thank you, both of you. This means a
least
lot."
we could do.
Jareth kind of.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah. You asked
I
him.
drew my
Yeah,
sword.
you asked him.
I
Jeff
thought we
says-
said specifically don't invite Jared.
I thought someone countered that. Did you not? Because if you didn't call, he won't be here.
You know,
No,
honestly,
we're fine. We need all of the help we can get, and
Yeah.
also bandits are worse than Sir Jareth at the moment.
All
at the
hell-
moment it's off for him.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, he says, "Perhaps it would be best for us to cover more ground. If the three of you have to head north, perhaps the Salisbury Main would be best covered by you. I can take the others and ride through the southmost entrance of the Chute Forest along the Bourne River. We can reconvene where the river meets the road, where the river meets the main."
Sound tactics,
Indeed.
Jared.
The place in the border where the Collingboard would meet. Yes, that's fine.
Very well.
Also, I like how it was like 17 one way and 3 the other, and we're just equally confident with our chances.
To be
We are
fair,
insane.
we are extremely badass. You remember when we killed Montgomery, whatever his name was? Who was the king that we killed? Whatever.
Montgomery. Remember when we killed that guy whose name we can't remember? I think
We
he was
totally-
like a
yeah.
bastard. Yeah.
We destroyed Einstein and McKinley. It was just one
Yeah.
time. All right. So at this point, it won't be the three of you. You probably have a couple more accompanying knights. Probably
That's fine.
Yeah.
slightly fewer because you're going to be riding along the main.
Yeah, rather than going through the forest.
You ride north. I imagine Edward's mother's is the first stop. Is that the goal? Heading in
That'd be
that
the plan.
direction.
If everyone else is all right with it.
Yeah, we're fine with that. Unless
no.
something like incredibly suspicious, namely a bandit on the road, is there, then yes. Edward's mother. We're heading towards Smoke and
Yeah.
Edward's mom.
We're
Okay.
not stopping to get mothers. We have mothers at home. God.
I don't anymore.
Mother's at home and it's just a grave.
It's just
Real dark.
All I need. Incidentally, welcome to Bates Manor.
All right. So at this point, all of you follow up the path from Amesbury Abbey leads towards the Salisbury Main. On your way, you see some commoners, anyways, following, like heading opposite direction, heading south towards presumably the Abbey and down to Sarum. They're very sad and somber as we'll start with like the first group, right? You see a mother and a couple of young kids. They seem to keep looking back as if fearful, but continue fairly swiftly south. And do any of you want to engage them as they pass, or allow them to pass?
Goratrix is probably just going to let out a... Is everything alright? What's the problem? Are there bandits that way?
The woman looks up to you, her eyes kind of welled with tears, and she nods.
Don't worry, we'll stop them.
Yes. Head to the capital. You should be able to find
Yes.
safety there for now.
We shall send word when the time arrives over there, and you will hear of our victory.
Mm.
You encounter more and more of that. There are, and you actually pass by some of the huts. You see that they're basically burned to the ground, like a lot of them.
Mhm.
And you manage to reach the Salisbury Main. To get to the area where Edward's mother lives, it's just across the Salisbury Main and just south of, like, if you were to cross the Avon River and then head south, it's not too far from off the road to reach there.
All right.
The Avon River, or the River. Yeah. Let's.
I love that.
Yeah. We've got that too. The Yarra River.
Yeah.
It's just a common name. But yeah. Full on. To his mother's house,
Yeah.
All right.
which I say with the utmost respect.
As you
To see thy mother.
as you approach the actual hut, you can see in the distance it is in fact ablaze.
With that, Edward kicks his horse into overdrive. Just makes it faster.
Wait, Edward. Oh, Dallin's going to.
Likewise, Goratrix.
Your squires try to keep up to the best of their ability, as do the few knights that follow.
Eat my rubber.
Yeah.
So you come upon the place. It's still ablaze. So this one's a little bit more recent.
Edward almost jumps off his horse, landing on the ground, kind of stumbling a little as he runs forward towards the house. He'd also be quickly almost like remove the straps from some of the easier metallic parts of his armor that might be able to come off.
Mr. Edward's mother, are you here?
Taking off
Sorry.
his helmet and throwing it to the ground as he kind of runs towards the house. He'd probably attempt to kick in the door to try and see what's going on inside.
As Edward goes to kick in the door, go ahead and all of you give me an awareness roll.
Ooh. Success.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, success!
Yeah, 3 for 3.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're all kind of standing by the door, Edward goes to kick in the door, and you actually see like the stability of the frame above the door actually gives way just as Edward's foot reaches it, and all of you manage to step out of the way. Dallin just barely avoids. Actually, no. Who would be the lowest? That would actually be Boratrix. You just barely avoid sort of timber kind of coming down, a blaze on top of you as the door collapses. This doesn't prevent you from seeing inside. In fact, it makes it easier. You can see an empty commoner's hut.
Okay.
No one's inside.
Edward would just be yelling, "Mother! Mother, where are you?" Kind of trying to look for if there's like a body or something inside of the burning thing, or anything that's burned.
Goratrix will look for signs that someone was taken. For example, horse footprints or like a drag marks leading down into the Salisbury Main and the forest.
Okay.
And Dallin is going to stay right next to Edward to make sure that Edward doesn't run into a burning building.
Okay.
That's a smart idea.
Goratrix understands why Sir Edward might do that, so he's fine. He'd do it himself.
Okay, we'll give Edward an awareness roll, and we'll give Goratrix a hunting.
I hope I succeed.
Success.
Hey, success for both.
Woo.
All right. Dallin, you're welcome to do an awareness roll if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it. Bada bing.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we'll start with the awareness roll. So those kind of peering around inside, you're certain, absolutely certain that that no one is present, no bodies, no nothing. you can tell by the quality of the hut that there probably wasn't a lot of wealth to this woman in the first place. So it's hard to tell if anything was really properly plundered. Right, there wouldn't be much for them to steal from the commoners. But you do notice, and I'll give this one to Edward. You notice something that she's always worn, like a necklace. It's on the ground.
Is it
And-
in the building?
Yes.
Okay. Edward's gonna run in and try and grab it.
Nope. What do I got to do to stop him?
Okay. Well, how do you want to try to stop him? I guess that's the question.
Dallin is gonna go for a straight up like waist tackle, just try to keep him from going into the building. like
Okay.
legit. Dallin has been watching him, just like don't.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of, what have you got in your mouth? What have you?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Faster.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get you to give me just a straight. I don't think there's like a wrestling in this or anything of the sort.
Oh, what a shame.
So I'm just gonna go with a strength for Dallin versus Edward. But Edward, you're gonna roll at a disadvantage because you're not really paying attention. So you're
Alright,
gonna
cool.
Roll twice,
So-
take the worst.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't it minus? Oh, okay. I thought it was -5 or something.
In this case, it's gonna be roll twice, take the worst.
Okay. Sure thing.
Okay.
Strength is success. I think he beats me.
Success on both.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, as Edward goes to run in, Dallin kind of sideswipes him, and both go crumbling to the ground for a sec. In just about, like, I'd imagine Edward's just about to have a reaction. At that point, the roof caves in.
Yeah.
the wood will cool. It'll cool, Edward.
Edward's kind of fighting it for. Though at the same time, he's also not, he's definitely not fighting as hard as he could. As he realized in the moment that if he had gone in, he probably would have died. So there is that kind of you saved my life, but.
But also, fuck you.
Sucks. Yeah, also fuck you
Yeah.
at the same time. Yeah.
Edward, they took captives.
But why? Why would they do this? Can I take a few
Dallin does.
breaths?
Yeah, Dallin does not have an answer. He just kind of like gets up off of you.
Meanwhile,
Edward now just
Gartrix.
stands.
Oh, sorry, you
Go
go.
ahead. Edward just stands looking at the burning house with an almost seething rage. Grits his teeth and he says, "I'll kill them. I'll kill them all."
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, Gartrix, who is kind of like kneeling in the dirt looking for stuff, looks over and sees like his friends tackle each other, then stand, and then goes, "What? What happened?" But yes.
I
Edward?
think. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yes. Edward, I need you to focus, okay? If your mother's not here, it means they probably took her. And that means we need to stay focused and present if we're going to find her, all right?
You're right. I'm sorry. I just. He takes a moment to wipe the bridge of his nose, and then we'll just move over, pick up his helmet again, put it on his head. Picking up like one of his pauldrons, he kind of throws to the side.
Gortrix, did you find anything?
Let's find out. Yeah, I earlier rolled a hunting thing. I got 8 from 10.
Roger that. Just before we change that, Mark, I'm going to give you an option if you choose to. You can either check Vengeful or Cruel.
Oh, that's a tough one.
You guys have
You-
both gotten like cruel recently, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, 'cause Edward's already very vengeful. So you know what? Let's make him cruel as well. Let's
Make them cruel. Yeah, cruel boys. Cruel gang.
Woo! Well, I mean, I got more merciful last session, so
Age of Uther, it's very appropriate. So,
mm,
Yeah.
I'm
All
just
right.
doing what I think knights should do. But I'm also gonna decapitate these guys.
So the hunting, you're able to see signs of a struggle, like in the like on the ground nearby, very clearly. The ground's pretty muddy this close to the river. You actually see a number of footprints, and you see what looks like something heavy being dragged, probably Edward's mother.
Do I see which direction they went?
Yep, they're heading basically back towards the Salisbury Main, heading north.
Got you. They headed in this direction, and they took your mother.
And that's where we're heading next.
Indeed.
And Edward turns around and mounts back up on his horse.
Yeah, likewise Gartrex.
Gallon third.
Okay.
Oh, actually, can Dallin tell Rickirk? Can you run back, find Jaredith, and tell him that we're heading further north?
He says, "My brother, Sir Jareth, they're heading into the forest too. If I go back, I'll have to enter the forest alone."
Real quick clarification. Are they heading north into the forest or north along the Avon River? The bandit trails that I found.
Bandit trails. You can't tell from here yet, but I'll give you that in a second. So you're still down at like the hut area down here.
Right.
Probably follow north for a bit.
I see.
So the other thing is, Jareth and crew were basically entering through the forest without a road along the Bourne River. Yeah, I know.
For some reason, I thought they were going south.
No,
that's my bad.
So they're gonna be heading up this way, following river, and you're coming. Presumably, you said you'd come along the Bourne, and you'd meet.
Yeah, try to cut them off. I mean, that's basically what I was hoping would end up happening. It's just they were already doing that, so you don't have to worry about it, buddy. You're good. Stay here.
Right. He nods. He looked terrified though for a second.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
All right. So as you make your way back to the Salisbury Main, following the tracks, you are able to confirm that they look to connect with the Salisbury Main heading east, so towards Chute Forest.
Is there any way to discern what a generality of what their numbers are like?
These numbers in particular are but a handful. But there's you notice a lot of traction, like on the main itself. It's pretty hard to get anything footprint wise.
Right.
But that's not abnormal. It's called the main for a reason.
Well-traveled road.
Yes, indeed. As well traveled as Salisbury is.
That said, I say we follow the path. However many there are, we have to do our duty.
It's the finest country road in Salisbury.
Probably doesn't say that much.
Yeah.
All right. So as you make your way into the forest, things instantly feel darker in here. These forests have always had a lot of folklore, superstition, and just general fear. It seems to be a common enough thing. Fair enough, because this is a common place for bandits to nest in times of, when things aren't going well, let's just say. In times of turmoil, they tend to thrive, and this is a perfect hiding ground. There isn't really enough knights and folk in Salisbury to really maintain the forest, so they're perfect ground for this sort of thing.
Gortrix, for his part, comes from an old faith, where places like this are considered sacred is probably the wrong word, but cool and nice. It's still a spooky place where bandits might reside, but there's no superstition in him as he goes forwards. If he finds one of those weird giant snail monsters, which you see in tapestries, he'll cut it with its sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you begin to ride further along, I'm going to get all of you to test awareness for me.
This is where we're all gonna fail. Watch this, guys.
Yeah. Yep, failure.
Man, that guy's really tall. What's
Hey.
he? Oh, why is he saying knee? Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
He
All
wants
right.
us to find a shrubbery, but we shall make one of his blood.
We're going to say in this case, it's actually Edward's eyes are on everywhere but the road ahead, looking out for bandits.
Blinded by his rage.
I think there's enough tense feeling in these woods that you're worried about ambush, and so your eyes are peering all around. But due ahead through the fog, both Gortrix and Dallin, you see swaying. It's hard to see exactly what's going on. But as you get a bit closer, you see people garbed in yellow hanging by their necks right along the roadside, on the trees beside the road on either side. Closer inspection, you can see that they've been cut clean right through their midsection, their entrails. Their innards empty, basically.
I feel someone may have beaten us to it. They have the same cloaks, but it seems that justice can be found in these woods, but I'd advise going forward carefully. I don't see any monks. I don't see any women.
Dallin, you notice an old man hanging, and you recognize him. You recognize him from near Durnford. He's one of your commoners.
What? Normally I'd be pleased to see him, but under these very suspicious circumstances, I am somewhat concerned.
He's an older man. You can't imagine him being a bandit. You can't imagine.
He's also out here alone, yeah?
Also seen. Well, there's lines of people hanged on either side.
Gotcha.
And he's amongst them.
All right.
The other immediate concerning thing is the bodies hanging and swaying continue as far as you can see, which isn't very far given the mist, but as far as your eyes can see, these bodies continue to line the road.
Dallin will think about riding up to get a closer look, and then consider the visibility's pretty awful here, and that this is a very distracting thing that might be there. So he's gonna stay with the others.
This is unnerving. But we can handle what happens. We can.
One of these is from Dunford.
Really?
Which among them? Do you think they could have been part of the bandits? Are they wearing one of the yellow cloaks?
No, I doubt it. And he points to the old man. He was... I didn't know him well, but I don't think he's the type.
But then why would he be dressed in yellow?
This might be a distraction. Worse, a trap.
We should keep moving.
Indeed. but proceed carefully.
We'll find those who did this and make them answer one way or the other.
Yes.
Also, it's really unsettling. Like they're at very regular intervals.
Edward would kind of look at the bodies and see if are they all men, or male, or some of them younger and some of them much older.
Some of them potentially mother-shaped.
Yeah.
You well, before we jump to that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you test. If you have religion, you can roll that, or you can roll folklore.
I do have religion, British Christian.
Okay, yeah, you can roll that.
Can I roll them both?
Success.
No, you can choose one though. You can choose whichever.
They're both at 2, so
What does it really matter?
fumble.
See, my Christian is a 3 rather than a 2, so.
Okay, yeah.
Green Knight did this. Only reason.
For the pagan, yeah. There's, you know what? A failure just means there's no religious connection for you at all here. For Mark, for Edward, this sort of screams of again, this is going to be from the bias of his religion. I want to make the standpoint that we will dip into religions in this game, but it's not ever going to be like a surefire thing. It's going to be little tastes of the religions that are popular in this setting, which pagan and British Christian will be the most prominent. From the British Christian standpoint, this is most certainly some kind of satanic ritual. As you approach further, you see the entrails. Every one of them has been gutted, but you don't see lots of entrails on the ground. You see women, children, young men, all garbed in yellow, all hanged, disemboweled.
I think Edward would slow, as he's kind of looking at it, and with like a slow widening of his eyes, he would say, "This is the devil's work."
Really? That guy's real?
Edward takes a moment to look at him with a kind of a "really? Now?" kind of look, and goes,
Right. Bad time.
This seems like it's almost ritualistic in its actions.
Yeah. And as we get further along, more women, more children.
It's deeply troubling. And Edward would quickly make the sign of the cross over himself, as if to protect him.
Oh, Catholics, am I right?
He's gonna like do the same, but it's like a little upside. He knows what a cross is. He just doesn't have the motions down.
He does it backwards. Just
Cortrix, even if there was no devil, those who worship him are very much real.
Mm. We'll make them pay. This is horrific.
Dallin, you rolled the highest awareness previously.
Correct, I think.
Sorry, you rolled the highest successful awareness previously. You hear sounds from the woods nearby. Footsteps.
Oh.
You hear what you're most certainly aware of is the sound of a bowstring.
Oh shit!
It
get
flies. Yeah, it flies just by, like basically as you turn, it flies right by your head. Like if you didn't notice that, it would have stuck you right in the face. And
get down!
With that, we're gonna go ahead. I did say we're gonna do shorter sessions. I don't think this is a good time to get into combat. As much as I'd like to have gotten to here sooner.
No.
It depends on how quickly we can kill them.
But I think it'll be better to pick up there.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
It's a good cliffhanger.
It is.
Yeah.
So, all right. So with that, why don't we do some quick outros? I'm Bob. I'm still working on building the Discord community a bit and thinking about ways I can get the viewers that we only have a few, but it's growing, to be able to interact with the game more. I'll keep you posted on anything I do. I think I put out like a potential contest. We just don't have the people for that sort of thing yet. So instead, what I'll do is think of ways for those that we have in the community to be able to interact with things as we go. Thanks again for watching. Pass it down to Thomas.
Hello. It's been lovely to be back and a pleasure playing with all of you. Thank you to Bob and thank you to our viewers. Yeah, again, Digital Ghost. Do not perceive me. That's basically me.
Fair
And
enough.
Mark.
All right. Well, yeah, glad to be back, guys. I hope all who are enjoying, those who are here with us live or watching the VOD later on. I hope you guys have enjoyed and continue to watch us next week. And yeah, me, much like Thomas, don't exist on the interwebs. If you find me, there's probably like a few videos of me around things I've done for either university or some shit. They're probably very boring and not very interesting, but I don't know. Brownie points if you find them. And yeah, you guys all do well. Woo!
Woo.
And Liam.
Hi, I'm Liam. I was Sir Dallin of Durnford. I am on Twitter. You can follow me at Darth Coakley. I say funny stuff sometimes, and I cannot express enough how happy I am to be back.
That's awesome to be playing with you guys again. Did you want to mention anything? You got some projects going right now, Liam?
Right now, not
yet.
super gnarly. I've been
Yeah.
streaming on Twitch occasionally, but I'm still kind of testing out my setup and getting used to that stuff. So
Cool.
I will probably start plugging that when it's more in a place.
Understood. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I had a blast. Thanks for playing, guys. And we'll see you next week.
Farewell.
Hooray!
No more long breaks for a while. Take care.
Hooray.